I was born here in America, but I lived in my country of Bangladesh for much of my childhood. I remember my grandmother's farm very clearly, the chickens she would raise, the many crops growing all around, and watching the hard work everybody put in to maintaining everything. It's much different here in America, where most of our food comes from local supermarkets or grocery stores, though my immigrant experience still stays with me and encourages me to find sustainable ways to bring my culture's roots back into my community.
Hi, what is your name?
My name is Charmaine.
Nice to meet you. Where are you from?
I'm from Bangladesh.
And how long have you been in America?
I've been in America for 10 years.
10 years. And how long have you been around this garden over here? How long have you been growing
I've
here?
been around here for 2 years.
2 years?
Yep.
Why did you want to do something like this?
Because it's good for the community and it's good to eat local food.
And why do you think that this is influential or beneficial for our community?
Beneficial because you don't have to go to the grocery store and get things that have preservatives or
Totally.
that's really not good for you.
What's that? Now, in your own country, how is farming different from over here?
Farming is different because everyone is farming and it's really polluted, so the produce is not as good as you would find it here. And it's not as fresh.
Right. Did you ever have any experience farming in your own country? Do you have parents or friends or family?
Yeah, I have family and they have chickens and they have cows and they raise them.
And that's a common thing in Bangladesh.
Yeah, it's very common, especially in the villages.
I was born and raised in Haiti. Life back home was somewhat beautiful, so somewhat can be really rocky. My mom, being raised by a single mother without a father was really hard. Back home, we had beaches and beautiful gardens. I used to go in the country to visit my grandfather, and he used to take me to his beautiful gardens. He was thousands of yards and all. I used to like it. He used to teach me how to plant peppers and all, and I really missed it. I came to the U.S. when I was 13 years old. The difference between here and the U.S. is that things come much easier. You got the government supporting you, and you got a community that is willing to provoke the green movement.
I was born in Cambridge, Massachusetts, but both my parents come from Haiti. They moved to the U.S. around 1989 and have been working hard to create a better life for their family.
In terms of my own immigrant experience, I feel that I'm a foreigner at heart, but I've assimilated into this culture. I've noticed a lot of immigrants around the city I live in, the city of Somerville, and I love the depth that they all bring to our culture. I feel that the immigrant experience is one that is misunderstood by a lot of people because there are so many perspectives to the immigrant experience, but we all share the common feeling of not being a part of something that is already existing. We all feel that we are different from something beyond. And I feel that personally, my roots in Bangladesh still stay with me, even as I live here in America. And I feel that every immigrant that I've come across has their own story to share, their own message that comes from the heart. And it cannot be replicated. It cannot be respoken and defined. The immigrant experience is unique to every immigrant, to every person.
Well, anyway, these are big boys. These are beefsteak.
Do you grow all of them yourself?
Yeah.
Alone?
Yeah. This is a redcus. This is Burpee Special.
There are some generations of immigrants who moved to America at an early age and have to assimilate to this culture, but also maintain their own.
It's good to know that even the kids get involved in urban farming. A lot of these kids we met from the Mystic Learning Center have immigrant backgrounds with families from different countries.
I'm from Bangladesh.
How long have you been here?
I've been here since I was 3 years old.
That's nice. How did you get started working at the community garden at Mystic?
Because I work at the Mystic Learning Center, so we have a garden over there, and we usually work on it, and I've been working there in the garden for 2 years, but I've been working for the Mystic for 4 years now.
That's cool. And I heard that you're from Bangladesh just now. And what are some similarities and differences between Bangladesh and America?
The produce is very different because when I went there, it was like everything is like you either grow it yourself or you have to go miles and miles away to get fresh produce, and it's very polluted there. So the food there is very different, and it's very hard for me when I go over there. It's very hard for me to adjust.
Oh, so what are the benefits of being in America? Less pollution?
Yeah, less pollution, definitely, and you can get fresh produce anywhere. Like, you can either grow it yourself, and the water is also fresh here. So it's very different here, and it's better in America.
There isn't fresh water in Bangladesh?
There is fresh water, but it's very limited, and it's very hard to get. Like, even if you go there, like, it's mostly like rivers and lakes, and it's very nasty.
My entire family is from Nepal. I myself was born and raised there. Although I love my country, it's hard to make a sufficient living where I come from. But being in America, I feel privileged to be able to work and help my community.
We have many immigrants in our city and many different kinds.
They do a lot, you know. They grow a lot of produce and take advantage of their green spaces.
Now, I remember when I was working outside with my dad out on the lawn, we were weeding everything and I started to get irritated. I was tired and it was extremely hot. But my father simply told me that in my country, El Salvador, you would have to work on the fields every day, harvesting crops, weeding endlessly, and working tirelessly. He would do this every day, starting from 6 a.m., ending at 6 p.m. He did not get paid much, but for his hard work, it was enough to get by. It's obviously much easier in this country to be able to support a family, and he feels privileged to be able to bring his immigrant experience into this land of opportunity.
Entonces le vamos a preguntar desde cuándo usted ha estado aquí sembrando cosas.
Yo tengo 6 años.
6 años desde
Sí.
que conoce aquí.
Primero se lo habían dado a mi hija.
Okay.
Se lo dio de ella, se lo dio a un hijo. Y el nieto me lo dio a mí.
Entonces usted tiene propiedad aquí, es de usted. ¿Y qué le hizo? Como que le inspiró para que viniera
Bueno,
aquí?
mi nieto le dijo al que se lo había dado a él, que si me lo podía pasar a mí, le dije que estaba bien.
Entonces eso le dijo usted para que viniera aquí y sembrar cosas.
Ya. Yo sembré mucho, tenía una mi mesita allí, pero se me entraron y me botaron toda la almacenaje, porque hasta ese solo maíz le puse.
Los animales.
No fueron niños.
Los niños.
Pero son niños, ellos entraron a trabajar.
Sí.
Porque me arrancaron maíz, los frijoles.
Y ahora solo flores tiene.
No, ahí tengo el maíz, mire cómo está de grande. Ya espigado.
So she has corn over there.
Y hay gilotillo.
¿Por qué usted piensa que esto es beneficiario para...?
Bueno, porque uno se divierte, siempre hortalizas y todo, porque yo tenía lechuga también. Pero como los entraron, los niños arrancaron todo. Hasta se pongo más maíz, dije yo. Esa es la montaña de maíz.
Sí. ¿Y cuáles son algunos problemas que usted en la comunidad como confronta? Como usted es migrante, ¿cómo son problemas que usted...?
Bueno, aquí se divirtió, ¿no? ¿Verdad?
Ajá. Pero usted no tiene ningún problema.
Todo bien.
¿Y cuáles son las diferencias entre como usted sembraba en El Salvador y acá?
I really like the community garden, and I think it's great for when people grow their own fresh produce.
I know you work with kids, the music learning center. How do you feel about what do you think about the future when you're helping those kids? How do you think they take this lesson about the gardens?
I think it's a good lesson. I think they should know how to garden, how to take care of a garden. So in future, if they do want to grow their own produce, then it's to their own advantage.
In my personal experience, I've been on a farm. I've worked with Groundwork Somerville for many years, and we've created our own farm at South Street. We've we've done a lot of different things. The diversity in Somerville continues to surprise me, and all the different youth that we have coming into Groundwork Somerville. And we've done a variety of things since I've started here in 2009 and up till now, and our very own South Street Farm is looking beautiful. That's my personal experience on farming.
How many years has your family been in America? More than 30, 40 years?
Oh yeah, they had their 60th wedding anniversary
Oh,
just before my mother died.
so you guys have been here for a long time?
Oh yeah, they bought this house in 1939 before World War II.
Oh,
They paid $400 for it.
wow.
No, wait a minute, $4,000. They paid $18 a month.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow, so awesome. What made you grow all this here?
Because my father used to do it every year.
In Italy or here?
Over here, when he came
Oh.
here, he used to plant all tomato plants.
And you
And,
just
stuff
took
like
on your
that.
father's footsteps?
My daughter's getting interested in now in growing, so she's starting different things over there.
The immigrant experience is different among the various communities, but there's a connection everyone shares in being an outsider.
Ok, pues aquí estamos con Rosa. Yo me llamo Daniel y ¿cómo estamos hoy?
Bien, bien, por la voluntad de Dios.
Ok, aquí vamos a preguntarte unas preguntas de su experiencia de aquí y en El Salvador. Y que... Sí.
Tiene la felicidad uno más mejor para la salud y uno, para todo, porque lo atienden más a uno.
Y ¿crees que aquí es más fácil para crecer sus flores y vegetales o allá?
Aquí porque allá la tierra es muy dura, no da, porque mi hija fue a sembrar allá hoy y no se dio nada, se murió.
¿Y cuántos años has vivido aquí?
15 años.
¿Cómo le ha gustado los Estados Unidos?
A mí me gusta aquí más hoy. Me dicen mis hijos que voy a El Salvador y ya no quiero ir. Porque aquí, francamente, la gente todo le da amor. Y allá está la violencia mucho. Porque allá, si estuviera allá, ya no estuviera viva. Ya me hubieran quitado. Sí.
¿Crees que es más fácil para ganar dinero aquí o allá?
Aquí. Sí, aquí.
¿Y por qué?
Porque pongamos una prioridad, porque uno se viene para acá, yo me vine por mis hijos, ¿verdad? Por traerme 2 nietos, no porque no me hubiera venido, pero ya no estuviera viva ya, porque aquí el seguro médico lo cura uno.
¿Y por qué le gusta a crecer sus plantas aquí y sus flores?
Me gusta ver las flores, a mí me gusta regar, estar entretenida ahí en el jardín, porque aquí es más bonito y sin abono ni nada se da. Porque aquí no se le pone a uno abono, ¿verdad? No, que solo con la fuerza de la tierra. Así se da.
Ok, pues Rosa, muchísimas gracias por su tiempo. ¿Sí? También pues.
Me gustan las flores.
And yeah, that's it. Good.
¿Y tú, Lía, se te quedó? ¿Ah?
I'm Gordon Nelson, and my family immigrated to the United States from Scotland in 1968 when I was 2 years old. And one of the things that was interesting about my experience was the fact that growing up in America, other Americans considered me to be a foreigner. And then when I would go back to Scotland, Scottish people would consider me to be American. So I had this strange dual experience of being in sort of from two places at the same time, yet sort of not from either. And it's interesting. And the great thing about America is America embraces you if you're an immigrant. We're a nation of immigrants, and this is sort of where immigrants can come and be a part of the country.
sweet home. It took me 27 years to wrap my head around this, to brush the ashes off of everything I love. Where courage was contagious, confidence was key. Rise, rain is soft as snow. It grows and grows and grows. Our home, sweet home. We'll try to document this life with cameras to our eyes, in an effort to remember what being mended feels like. We're home, sweet